welcome to Atomic Darts. I'm your host Matthew. On this channel we take a look at darts, related materials, and other items that you, our subscribers, ask us to review. So why don't you take a moment and become a subscriber, ring the bell, you'll know whenever I post a new video, and why not leave a comment real quickly if something you'd like us to review. I'll go ahead and wait while you do that. Did you do it? Alright, thanks for doing that. So today on this episode, have you ever been in a situation where you're perspiring so badly because the lights are hot, the stress is getting to you, you're at the hockey, you gotta hit the number and you're just soaking wet? Kind of like this. Or maybe, just maybe, you're one of those people that's had a broken shaft like this guy. Well, don't worry, on today's episode we're going to show you how to get the hands dry and how to fix that shaft in a jiffy. Let's get into it. Today we're going to be taking a look at a few products that help you with sweaty hand issues, as well as how to extract a broken shaft in the event that that happens. If you're new to darts, these are two things that are going to happen to you. Guaranteed. You are going to have a broken shaft. You are going to come up to a situation where the hands get a little sweaty. It could be from a stress situation. It could just be that it's stinking hot wherever you're playing. So you want to make sure that you have the right tools in your bag or in your dart case so that you can handle the situation calm, cool, and like a pro and get on to the darts. So we're going to start off with the broken shaft situation. If this hasn't happened to you, again, I guarantee you it will happen. So we have this situation right here, right? Dart, shaft, snap, hits the ground, breaks. Now you've got a problem where you can't get the shaft out. You can't get your finger in there to pull it out. Teeth can't get a hold of it. There are two ways to do this on the quick. One is to take another steel tip and poke it in there. Hopefully you don't slip and poke your finger, which is almost another guarantee that that'll happen at some point if this is the method you're using. But you can dig this in there and kind of rotate that around and get this guy to come out. Again, hoping that it doesn't poke you. I have also in the past at home heated up a point, stuck it in there so that it would actually kind of adhere to the plastic a little bit better, maybe melt it in there a little, and then dug the sucker out. I also have poked myself more than once. But once you get to a certain point, you can normally take your finger or your teeth and go ahead and draw that sucker out. And there you go. Throw that away, throw a new one in, you're good to go. But there are quicker ways to do that, especially in the event that you're at a tournament and you're like, oh, I need to get this thing out. I'm supposed to be playing. Yeah, you'll get the time out for it, but it's stressful. And when you're using one of these, the likelihood of you poking yourself just went through the roof. So why not get yourself a nice little tool like I got here. This is from Mission Darts. This is one I picked up. Every darts manufacturer has them. Sometimes they're given out at tournaments. They're all over the place. But this is a dart broken shaft extractor. It's just a little piece of aluminum and it's got a little V inside here that allows you to grab hold of that shaft. So I've got another one that's pretty well dug in here. This broke quite a while back and I haven't extracted it yet. So let's go ahead and do that now with the tool. Again, insert said tool, pushing hard down and twisting. It's going to grab hold of it and it's going to start working that broken shaft out. And this will dive deep into the shaft. Remember, that's only a little itty bitty spot there. So this will go ahead and get a hold of it. And right here, I've already got this guy out. Take my fingers, hey, that one's stuck. And toss that one aside. Again, I can throw a shaft in. So as you can see, much easier to do, less likely to poke oneself or injure oneself, and then have a much harder time completing that tournament than using the point of a dart. But hey, wait, I just took that out of a soft tip. So if you only have soft tip hanging around, you're not going to get that shaft out with a soft tip because it's not going to impale itself into that plastic. You're gonna need this. So again, this is a highly recommended tool. Have it in your dart case, your dart bag, your backpack, your pocket, wherever you want to keep it. But this is an awesome little tool. Again, it's a few bucks, literally a couple euros. But hey, they are available. And again, I got this one. It was a Mission Darts one. It does say Mission on it, but you can get them from pretty much any manufacturer. All right, on to our next major problem, and this again is something that's going to happen to you. Luckily, there are a lot of applications out there to help in the regards to sweaty palms. So sweaty palms do happen from time to time for everybody for the most part. I have had it happen a couple times, and normally I rub it, my jeans or my pants or whatever I'm wearing, and it works well. If you've ever watched Rob Cross play, he gets sweaty palms and he's constantly rubbing his jeans. He needs like a special pant made that has like a little drying towel on him, like the Rob Cross dark pant. I don't know. You're welcome, Rob. There you go. But in most cases, people use things like chalk or rosin. And you're asking, what's the difference? We're gonna get to that here in a second. And then there's these little waxy cube things, and I'll tell you the kind of the difference between the manufacturer ones and this generic one. And then we have products like Mighty Grip, and we also have another kind of just a wax, but it comes in this nice little case. Of course, there's some different compound makeups of those. So let's go over those. But again, you're asking, what's the difference between chalk and rosin? Well, here it is. The basic difference between the chalk and the rosin, it's pretty simple. A rosin bag aids in both removing the excess moisture from your hands, as well as providing you with extra traction. So you're gonna get the moisture off and a little bit of traction to it. And on the other hand, chalk just removes the moisture. It doesn't give you that additional traction. So what does this look like? This is chalk bag, as you can see. That's pretty much what it does. It's a bag with a little bit of chalk in it. And all it does, again, is just dry your hands. That's what chalk does. Rosin. Rosin, on the other hand, is going to dry your hands as well as give you a little bit of a tackiness to it. So here's a rosin bag. Kind of looks the same, right? But it doesn't feel the same. This actually feels like there's a little bit of tackiness to it. Now, this stuff will pill up a little if it gets moist, and you'll get little pills occasionally, so you'll just take a towel and wipe your hands and maybe apply a little bit more in the event that you're having some issues still throughout the game. And I can tell you my hands right now are a little dry. Again, we have a chalk bag and we have a rosin bag. They do create a puff of smoke, so when using them, why during a tournament or when there's people around, be respectful. Let's talk about our favorite little things, the little wax, I don't know, wax rings, wax cubes, wax, whatever you want to call them. So these are just little wax things. This one's by Target, it's orange. And it kind of smells orangey. You get a little citrusy smell there. This is just wax for you to kind of rub on your fingers. This is going to give you a little bit of tackiness for throwing your dart. It's going to give you a little bit more grip. You just kind of do what I'm doing here. Just whatever dart hand you are, throw that. It's really not designed to rub around your hand for dryness. So you would essentially use a rosin or a chalk bag and then get yourself one of these maybe for a little, if you're using rosin, you may not need it. That one's a little smelly orange. Let's check out the Mission one. It's purple, so I'm hoping for some grape. No, nope, no grape there. It's actually not a good smell at all. It's like laundry detergent. Yuck. Well, if you like laundry detergent, get yourself a set of these. I guess you can put these in your car too. Could be useful. Now, found another use for them. So again, you're gonna do the same thing, get the tackiness. This is about the same exact as that Target one. It just says Mission on it. And it smells, I guess it's kind of lavender. Nope, soap. Then we have our just blue one here. Just generic, no name stamped in it. No smell to it either. Ha ha! I think I just found my favorite if I had to use one of these. I don't like a lot of smells. I think they're distracting. Again, you just rub this. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. I gotta say, between the three of them, they're all the same. I don't think there's any real difference other than a Target being stamped on it and it smells like orange, or a Mission being stamped on it. But here's the real big deal. Let's talk about price point on these. Less than $1, like 60 or 80 cents, something of that range. For the generic one, maybe $1.20, maybe, depending on where you get it, you know, like during a tournament or something. So there's that. Again, this is all US. Target, something like $2 something, almost $3 for this guy. Probably $1 something in some places, up to $3. But it does smell like orange. That's kind of nice, actually. Keep that. I like orange smell, at least around me. Not while I'm playing, but around me. And then maybe it's a lavender. It's not as bad that time. But the Mission was like 50 cents less or something than the Target. And I guess it's because Mission's newer, Target's been around, but the generic one does exactly the same thing. And heck, it costs less. So that's the waxes. All right, we've got this particular wax product. So this one comes in a nice handy dandy little plastic case for you. And you just rub your fingers in there, get a little tackiness. It's got like a powdery smell. It's kind of nice, kind of baby powder smell. Nice tackiness to that. basic ingredients, kind of similar to that, maybe slightly different. But yeah, not bad. I like the little case that it comes in. That's extremely handy, but I don't know whether it's worth it because this is almost $10 for that little guy right there. I don't know that it's 100% worth it based off of these guys. But the cool packaging, or this right here, does save this stuff from melting or becoming an issue, and shipping it or transporting it's probably way easier than these three guys. But there's a cost difference to get that. So get a plastic bag, 10 bucks. But it's kind of cool, and I like the powdery smell. All right, let's talk about this guy right here. So this is Mighty Grip. This is the non-filling grip. So what they do here is they say, just take this thing open and you squeeze a little in your hand, and you can tell it's a powder right there, and then you just rub it. And it's not supposed to pill. It's supposed to dry your hands much like chalk and then be a little tacky. You're supposed to keep doing it, kind of generate some heat, and it'll get, can you guys hear that? It gets tacky. And so now your hands feel dry. There's a tackiness to them, but they feel much more natural. I kind of like this product the best out of them if I needed to use one specifically. But again, this bottle's right around 10 bucks. So there is a cost to it, but in regards to all the products we have here, I'm gonna say I like the rosin bag or this product the best out of all of them. If I'm gonna go with the wax, I actually like the $10 one far better, just because I like the case. I like the smell of this a little bit better than I like these guys. And my daughter likes to chew on these, to be honest. She doesn't chew on that one. This, though, is kind of my winner, the Mighty Grip. I just think it gives me a really natural feel. It gives me some tackiness, and it seems to last longer than any of the other products. The number two thing for me would probably be the rosin bag. Chalk bag, it's not my game. But if you get really sweaty hands and you don't need the tackiness, you're playing with a dart with a lot of grip to it, chalk bag might work for you. The only downside to the rosin and chalk bags is this. That. You do get a little of that with here, but you can control a little because you're just squeezing it in your hand. You can also take this top off, just unscrew it and dump a little in your hand, and you can control that powdery mess. But again, Mighty Grip is my number one favorite to run with in regards to sweaty hands and giving myself a little tackiness, but I still feel very natural. Like if I went to shake someone's hand, I wouldn't be concerned about the pilling up, the little pills that you get with the rosin or the chalk, especially the chalk. All right, guys, well, hopefully we've helped you answer two of the most important questions that we could answer or solve in regards to darts, which is of course the broken shaft. I guarantee it will happen to you. So again, run out, get yourself one of these tools if you don't already have one, have it handy, get a couple of them, stocking stuffers, graduation presents, Father's Day, whatever you need to do to get some of these, have a couple laying around. They're only a couple of bucks. The next thing that we've helped you solve here is sweaty palms, sticky fingers, or non-sticky fingers with a couple of different options for you. The waxes are good. I don't dislike waxes, especially for some tackiness on the fingers. They're not gonna help you dry the hands. These are great, and these little cube things are fine. I don't dislike them. I've used them in the past, but literally my daughter will bite them. No joke. So my go-to if I'm gonna do that, it's gonna be this guy right here, and this seems to last pretty well. You're gonna get a lot of wear out of that guy. Next is gonna be our rosin bag or our chalk bag, and really out of those two, rosin bag is where I'm at, but ultimately I'm gonna go with the Mighty Grip. That's my guy. There you go. Thanks for watching. I should be like with the powder, but I didn't. Thanks for watching this episode of Atomic Darts. Again, I'm your host, Matthew. Don't forget to like and share, and if you didn't subscribe at the beginning, I'm still waiting for you to subscribe. So go ahead and do it now. Thanks. Thanks everybody. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next one.